Welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. B. Dhvani, reader in Sanskrit, retired principal, Vanita Mahavidyalaya, Hyderabad. Today we are going to deal with paper on Indian poetics, module Anandavardhana and his Dhvanyaloka. Dhvani. Dhvani is suggestion. The main important part of the poetry is Dhvani. To know what is suggestion, what is this Dhvani, one should understand the function of the word. And to go through Dhvanyaloka, one should get familiarized with this terminology. Poetry, the Kavya, is a combination of word and its meaning. Kavya is defined as Shabdardha Sahito Kavyam. But what is giving the aesthetic effect upon the reader is the most important thing to be discussed. Hence, knowing the function of the word is necessary. Grammarians and Alankarikas, they mentioned there are three such functions of the word. One, Abhida. This is the function of the word which signifies or denotes. It is a primary sense, like this is Hari, this is red color, it's a direct meaning, etc. The second one is Lakshana. The function of the Lakshana is to indicate. When the primary sense is obstructed, the word conveys a sense other than the primary sense but related to it, like Simho Manavaka. Manavaka is lion. Manavaka is lion doesn't mean that he looks like lion, but he has all the courage and strength like a lion. Like Indian phrases, English phrases also, don't wag your tail, I put the bug in his ear, etc. All such idiomatic expressions give a secondary sense. Third is Vyanjana. The meaning of the word is not limited to its primary sense, but much more than that. It has the power to reach beyond the obvious, like a statement made by the head of the family as sun has set. But it gives different sense, meaning to each one of the family member, like wife, son, daughter, daughter-in-law, children, and even to the neighbors, etc. So finally we can summarize it like this. Abhida is a function which gives a direct meaning. The word is called Vachaka, and the meaning is Vachyartha. And Lakshana is the function, it gives a secondary sense. Lakshaka is the word and Lakshyartha is the meaning. And Vyanjana is a suggestion and Vyanjaka is a word and Vyangyartha is a meaning. There was much debate on the suggestive meaning, though not explicit, far more beautiful and sensitive, becomes the object of awareness, is regarded as the essence of poetry. The Dhvani theory of Anandavardhana focused on the potential of suggestive sense in poetry. Shabda with its Vachyartha forms the body of Kavya, but the essence Rasa can be perceived only through suggestion Vyanjana. Thus, the suggestive word, the suggested meaning, the power of suggestion with their appropriate relation makes a good poem and delights the people of literary taste. With this introduction, we'll start with the text. Anandavardhana gives three kinds of Dhvani here in this benedictory verse itself. The verse goes like this. Svecha kesarinaha swachcha swachcha ayasata indavaha trayantam vo madhuripo prapannartichado nakaha. May the claws of self-adopted lion form of Lord Hari save you. They outshine moon in clear hue and destroy the vows of the devoted. Here, Vastu Dhvani, Alankara Dhvani, Rasa Dhvani, the three kinds of Dhvani has been implied here in the benedictory verse itself. The idea being suggested is that the nails of the Lord are enough to destroy the sufferings of the devotees. This idea is suggested. Madhuripo nakhaha Prapannartichadaha. Here, Svecha Kesarinaha Nakaha. Here, the story of Prahalada is implied. He describes the beauty of nails of Lord Hari as Swacha Swachaya Ayasita Indavaha. The nails with its clear white rays, they are causing moon to worry with shame. The moon's glory is become inferior to the glory of the nails. Here the Upamana of moon is inferior to Upameya of nails, and hence Alankara of Vyatireka is suggested here. In the same way, Rasa Dhvani. And Lord is always ready and eager to protect his devotees. Prapannartichadaha. When people are suffering, when people are disturbed, immediately Lord is there to protect us. This is the sthayi bhava of Utsaha, Veera Rasa. The Lord's interest, eagerness is being depicted here, and Veera Rasa, thus Veera Rasa is implied. Lot of discussions on the poetry and what forms the beauty of the poetry even before Anandavardhana. Anandavardhana belongs to 9th century. Before that, there are many Alankarikas who focused on Shabda and Artha and lingered around the word and its meaning, because the poetry is defined as Shabdartha Sahitav Kavyam. The Kavya poem is the combination of Shabda and Artha, and earlier poetics like Bhamaha, Dandi, Vamana, etc., all these people, they concentrated on the Shabda and Artha, which is the body of the poem. And what is causing beauty to the poem? They thought that word and its meaning only. Bhamaha defined Shabdartha Sahitav Kavyam. Dandi defined Shariram Tavat Ishtartha Vyavachinna Padavali. The body of the Kavya is a group of sounds which indicate the desired or the happy aim intended by the poet. Vamana defined Vishishta Padarachana Ritihi Ritiratma Kavyasya. The particular structure of the sounds, that is the essence of the Kavya. These Alankarikas, these schools are called as Prachina school of thought. The three belong to the Prachina school of thought. Bhamaha belongs to Alankara school, Dandi belongs to Guna school, and Vamana belongs to Riti school. Anandavardhana, he developed a new theory and pointed out that words of great poets continue to resonate in our hearts and give numerous meanings as one reflects on it, though he does not say it explicitly. When the poet does not say anything explicitly, but it resonates and pleases the heart. Hence the responsive reader, Sahrudaya, should go beyond the meaning to capture the suggested or hinted meaning and enjoy the poetry. That is the Dhvani. Shabdartha Shariram Tavat Vakyam Dhvanihi Atma Kavyasya. He said the Shabda and Artha, they are the body of the Kavya, like how the human beings have the body and inner soul is there. That inner soul, he considered it as Dhvani. After Anandavardhana, the Alankarikas, some of them accepted the theory of Anandavardhana, some didn't. But there are some more theories which have come after Anandavardhana also. Kuntaka's Vakrokti theory, which is very important one after Anandavardhana. He says, Vakrokti, the oblique expression of the poet, with the union of sound and sense arranged in a composition, delights its sensible reader or listener. Shabdartha Sahitav Vakra Kavi Vakya Vyapara Shalini Bandhe Vyavasthetu Kavye Tat Ahlada Karini. This is the definition of Kuntaka regarding Vakrokti. He says that Vakra Ukti, the oblique expression, is only gives the beauty to the poem. Mammata, though he is a follower of Anandavardhana only, but says sound and sense containing literary qualities like gunas, devoid of blemishes, that is doshas, and at times even without the alankaras being prominent, is a good poetry, he says. Tadadosho shabdarthav sugunavan alankrutihi punah kwapi. he defines like that. Vishwanatha defines Kavya is a sentence whose essence is rasa. It need not be an elaborate Kavya, but only one single sentence also can make a beautiful poem. He says, Vakyam rasatmakam kavyam. 16th century Alamkarika Jagannatha Pandita says that poetry is a combination of words that provides delight. Ramaniyartha Pratipadakaha Shabdam Kavyam. The contents of Dhvanyaloka. Dhvanyaloka is divided into 4 chapters. They are called as Udyotas, and the whole text is written in 3 parts: Karika, Vritti and examples. Karika is like the formula, a statement. Vritti is the explanation of the Karika and examples. In some of the places, Vritti is very elaborate and Karikas are being adopted by so many people. Examples mostly has taken from Gatha Saptashati, Prakrit verses, and some from his own texts and some from the great poets. In the first chapter of Dhvanyaloka, he establishes Dhvani by refuting all the objections, by answering all the questions and doubts of the anti-Dhvani scholars. The second chapter deals with the varieties of Dhvani from the standpoint of the suggested Vyangya. The third chapter deals with the varieties of Dhvani from the standpoint of the suggestive Vyanjaka. And fourth chapter deals with endlessness of the creative imagination of the poet and the main rasa, principal rasas in Ramayana and Mahabharata. Now, coming to what is the suggestive meaning? What Anandavardhana meant by suggestive meaning is Pratiyamanam Punaranyadeva Vastvasti Vanishu Mahakavinam Yat Prasiddhavayavatiriktam Vibhati Lavanyam Iva Anganasu. Like the Lavanyam, like the distinct charm, the Saundarya of a woman, other than her beautiful limbs, which pleases the eyes of the beholder. In the same way, there will be a meaning in the words of the Mahakavis, which is referred to as the Pratiyamana, suggestive meaning, that which flashes, that is known as Dhvani. In Vachya, Vachaka, Shabdas, there will be a Pratiyamana Artha, that which beautifies the whole poem. Like the beautiful lady's limbs, other than the limbs, how her wholesome beauty gives a pleasure to the eyes. In the same way, Pratiyamana Artha also gives pleasure to the reader. An illustration, like Kasyava na bhavati roshaha društva priyayaha savranamataram sabhramara padmagrayini varita vame sahasvedanim. This is a story about a wanton woman. Most of the illustrations Anandavardhana takes from the Gatha Saptashati, Prakrit, which is written in Prakrit language, and Chaya, the Sanskrit version, is being given here. This is a story of a wanton woman. A lady's husband is gone away on work, and the lady had some affair with the other man. But then the husband returns all of a suddenly, and she could not hide her love signals on her body. So her friend, she hides all the amorous sports of the lady and outwardly, explicitly says like this: Kasyava na bhavati roshaha društva priyayaha savranamataram. Oh, my friend, who will not be angry looking at the wounded lip of his priyaya, of his wife? Sabhramara padmagrayini varita vame. Oh lady, I want you not to smell the lotus flower which is with the bee, but you have done it. Varita vame, varita. Even though I obstructed you, but you did, and now sahasvaidanim. Now you bear all the punishment. Actually, the reality of the immoral, amorous sport of the lady was hidden by her friend by showing her innocence in front of the lady's husband. The reality is something and implied meaning is something. This is the place of Dhvani. Anandavardhana exactly defines Dhvani Kavya. What is a Dhvani Kavya? It's a Kavya Vishesha. The Dhvani should be there throughout the Kavya. It's not limited to one and particular sentence or a word. The whole word, sentence, guna, alankara, everywhere the dhvani has to be pervading. यत्रार्थ शब्दो वा तमर्थम उपसर्जने कृत स्वार्थो व्यंक्तः काव्य विशेषः सद ध्वनिरिति सूरिभिः कथितः. He defines dhvani like this. That kind of a poetry is called as dhvani kavya, dhvani visheshaha, in which the conventional meaning and conventional word rendered its meaning subordinate and suggests the intended or implied meaning is termed as dhvani, suggestive people, suggestive poetry by the learned people. Yatra arthaha shabdaha va tam artham upasarjani kruta. Where the artha or shabdaha va are the shabda, both of them, tam artham upasarjani kruta. They abandon, they give up their meaning and vyangtaha, and they suggest something else. That kavya is called as, that kavya vishesha, that extraordinary poetry is called as a dhvani kavya. This is also accepted by the learned people also. Suribihi kalta, it is said by the scholarly people. There are some people, there are some other scholars who didn't accept the dhvani. They are called as anti-dhvani use, abhava. In the first poem itself, first karika itself, he says, Kavyasyatma dhvaniriti budaihi samamnata purvaha tasya bhavam jagadurapare. One particular group of people, they say tasya abhavam. It is not there at all. Dhvani, such kind of a theory of dhvani is not there at all. Bhaktamahustamanye. Some people, they say it is included in the bhakta, that is lakshana only. Vachya sthitim avishaye. Some people, they say that it is beyond the words. These three kinds of anti-dhvani people. In the Prathamodhyota, in the first chapter itself, while establishing dhvani theory, Anandavardhana answers all the three views of anti-dhvani people. Anti-dhvani views are given in the initial karika and answered in the first chapter itself. There are such views. The first one, abhavavadis, the first one is called as abhavavadis. Tasya bhavam jagadurapare. He said it does not exist at all. And these abhavavadis are divided into again three sets, which are the first group of people. They have the opinion that all the beautifiers of the kavya, like Alankara, Guna, Riti, etc., all these have been already shown. There is nothing new to show. And second group of people, they have the opinion that if something, anything else is there, other than the Alankara, Guna, Riti, etc., that is not acceptable to critics, because this is a prasiddha prasthana. Already, earlier critics, they have already laid a rule, laid a path. One deviating from the path of the earlier people is not at all a charming one, and it will not be acceptable to other critics. The third group of people have opinion that maybe it may be a new invention, like Alankara, Guna, like Natya Shastra. In Natya Shastra, Alankaras are given, only 4 Alankaras are given, and that have become 36 by the time of Dandi, and the number of Alankaras have increased by the choice of the words and meanings expressions being used by the poets. Maybe this is also such a one thing which is a new invention, which is already declared as a beautifier. It may come under Alankara, it may come under Riti, it may come under Guna, but nothing is new. This is the opinion of Abhavavadis. But Anandavardhana refuses all the three opinions of Abhavavadis. He propounds Dhvani theory. There itself he gives one example where he answers the people, the Abhavavadis, saying that Dhvani is different from already laden path, because the explicit meaning is different and implied meaning is totally different. The suggestive sense is totally different. By saying that, by giving the definition itself, he refuted the first Abhavavadis. And the second Abhavavadis, he refutes saying that maybe it is unfamiliar to the critics, but is very clear in the best specimens of literatures. We can see Ramayana, Mahabharata, or Kalidasa's poetry, where we can see that Dhvani is completely existing there in their poetry. The suggestive sense is there throughout their poetries. Maybe this has not been noticed by the earlier critics. They thought only the Shabda and Artha are only the body of the poetry. What is superficial ornaments, etc., are beautifying the body. And the qualities like Shaurya, Saundarya, these gunas are adding the beauty to the body. It's such thing like that. But suggestive sense is totally different from what is beautifying the body. And third Abhavavadis are refused, saying that after establishing Dhani theory like this, other than the Alamkaras and Dhvani, which is totally different from the Prasiddha Prasthana, it cannot be subdued under the any of the existing beautifying factors. It is very new and very fresh one. Bhaktavadas mean metaphorical indication, Lakshana. They say that Dhvani is included in the Lakshana, the secondary sense. There is no need to have any new name, new theory of Dhvani, because Dhvani is included in the Lakshana itself. When we say Simho Manavakaha, Manavaka is lion, there itself it means that he cannot be named, he looks like he doesn't look like a lion, but he has the qualities of a lion. Like how a lion is regarded as the best of the animal, Manavaka is also proved as the best of the human beings. When such kind of suggestive sense is already given, then where is the need for Dhvani? This is the opinion of Bhaktavadis. Bhakta means bhajyate iti bhaktihi, bhango bhaktihi. There are very many definitions of bhakti, which the primary sense, primary meaning, direct meaning is being obstructed, then it leads to giving an extraordinary meaning, a further meaning. That can be considered as suggestive meaning. We need not have any new theory for it. But Anandavardhana replies that the two, Lakshana and Vyanjana, they are two totally different from each other. As Lakshana is only merely a metaphorical application, whereas suggestion is the undirectional communication of sense other than the expressed sense. In Lakshana, expressed sense has to have continuity with the primary sense, wherein suggestion, wherein Vyanjana, the explicit meaning gives direct meaning, gives a direct sense, and the direct sense gives a new meaning, suggestion to a sympathetic reader. The person who can understand the poetry, who can enjoy the poetry, he can derive the new meaning. That is the difference between the suggestion and Lakshana. And the third anti-Dhvani opinion, Anirvachaniyata Vadi, the Dhvani cannot be, it is inexplicable, it cannot be explained in the words, because you enjoy the poetry and you enjoy the poetry with its rasa. That rasa cannot be expressed in the words, so Dhvani also cannot be expressed. But Anandavardhana says that, strongly refuses this opinion, saying that it would be nothing more than pointless criticism, because he already gave the definition of Dhvani. He explained what is suggestive meaning, he gave the definition of Dhvani, and he gave the examples also, the suitable examples also, and established the Dhvani. After establishing everything, if people say it is beyond the scope of words, it is ridiculous. That's what he means to say. Even after defining the Dhvani and illustrating Dhvani, if you say that it is beyond the scope of words, which is known to only men of the literary taste, that is ridiculous. Dhvani exists in the kavyas of the great poets. That's how he establishes the Dhvani theory. This Dhvani is of two types. Avivakshita Vachya, where the literary meaning is not intended to be conveyed, but further extended literal import is needed. This is called as Lakshana Mula Dhvani. Vivakshita Vachya, Vivakshitanyapara Vachya Dhvani is where the literary import is intended but subserves the implied meaning. This is called Abhida Mula Dhvani. Here Dhvani is implied. Vachyartha does not, Vachyartha gives the direct meaning and the suggestive meaning is been explained. This is called Abhida Mula Dhvani. Again, Avivakshita Vachya Dhvani is divided into two kinds. Ardhanta Sankramita Vachya, where the literal meaning is shifted or deflated. And the second one is Atyanta Tiraskruta Vachya, where the literal sense is completely set aside. Vivakshitanyapara Vachya Dhvani is again divided into two types. Samlakshya Krama Dhvani, suggestive poetry of undiscerned sequentiality. Samlakshya Krama Dhvani, where the sequence is apparent. These are the few varieties which have been shown here. Anandavardhana himself describes about 52 varieties of Dhvani, and he says Dhvani has a few of Dhvanis have been explained here in Dhvanyaloka, but there are many prabhedas here for Dhvani. Samlakshya Krama Dhvani again divided into three types. Shabda Shakti Mula Dhvani, where the transition is due to the power of words. Artha Shakti Mula Dhvani, where the transition is due to the power of meaning. Ubhay Shakti Mula Dhvani, where the transition is due to the power of both Shabda and Artha. In the second Udyota, he shows the difference between Alamkaras and Gunas. Alamkaras are the decorations of the body, whereas Gunas are always dependent on soul, Rasa. The Alamkaras are like Upama, Rupaka, Samasakti, etc. are attached to the body, which is the word, Shabda and the meaning, Artha, Vachya. The expressed meaning and the expression of the parts of the poetry are called figures of speech, in the same way like how the ornaments like bracelet, necklaces, etc. decorate the body. Gunas, they depend on the rasa. They are the intrinsic qualities of a human being. Like prasada, ojas, madhurya are the poetical gunas. Like how human beings, they have the shaurya, Veeratva, Shauryatva, like how the gunas are there. The gunas, poetical gunas are prasada, ojas, madhurya. These are the gunas that decorates the soul, rasa of the poem. Auchitya, these are all the necessary for the Dhvani. When poet wants to write a Dhvani Kavya, excel in his poetry, he has to check all these things. What are the Alamkaras, what are the Gunas, and what is Auchitya? Auchitya, propriety. Anandavardhana considers Gunas, the merits, and the doshas, the defects, in relation with the sentiment. For him, impropriety in the delineation of sentiment is the gravest defect. The fault may occur in words, sentences, and the senses. Anauchitya drute na anyat rasabhangasya karanam. Auchitya is the governing principle of Kavya. It governs Alankara, Guna, Shabda, everywhere, each and every part of the Kavya. And also the Riti. Riti is the style of expression through the words and their meaning. As prevalent in different countries, there are three styles are accepted in the poetry: Gaudi, Panchali, and Vaidharbi. The suggested meaning Dhvani certainly has to count on apt words in order to convey the rasa. Riti, the style or the mode, makes the language a limitless suggestive power. The uniqueness of words and meanings are positive excellences of suggestivity. Even explaining the Riti also, people have to follow the Auchitya. Anandavardhana classifies poetry into three types. Chitrakavya is that where the poetry is absolutely no dhvani, no suggestive meaning. That poetry is considered as the Chitrakavya. And Gunibhuta Vyangya Kavya, where the predominant element is the figures of speech, but not completely devoid of suggestive sense. This is called as Gunibhuta Vyangya Kavya, Madhyama variety of Kavya. And the third kind of Kavya is Dhvani Kavya, wherein the suggestion is prominent. This is called as Uttama Kavya. Uttama, Madhyama and Adama Kavyas. In the scope of Dhvani, the implicit aspect or the suggestive meaning of Dhvani is of three kinds: Vastudhvani, Alankara Dhvani and Rasa Dhvani. In the benedictory verse, introductory verse itself, he has shown clearly about the Vastudhvani, Alankara Dhvani and Rasa Dhvani. The province of Dhvani has been shown. If the theme of the poem is conveyed suggestively, then it is called as Vastudhvani. If the Alankaras convey the suggestive meaning, it is called as Alankara Dhvani. And if it consists the suggesting bhava, the feelings lead to evoke rasa sentiments, then it is called as Rasa Dhvani. By the ways of using the rasa and Alankara, principal suggestion and subordinate suggestion, Uttama Kavyas and Madhyama Kavyas, the quality of creative imagination of the poets become endless. By mere touch of single variety of dhvani, the poet's expression will acquire novelty through the idea which is already found. Ato hanytamena api prakarena vibhushita vani navatvameti purvarthanvayavatyapi. Even the earlier poets express the same idea, but it gives newness in the expression. And he gives an example also for the creative imagination of the poet. One poet, he praises the king by comparing him with the lion. Yah prathamaha prathamaha shvapada ganeshu simhaha simha kena adhri kriyate. He is the first and first always. In the same way, the lion will be lion among the animals. Who can surpass the lion? Likewise, nobody can surpass this person. The king is a king. He is the Prathama Prathama. The same context has been explained by another poet like Swatejaha Krita Mahima Kena Anyena Atishayate. The king, he won the fame by his own valor. He has won the fame by his own valor. Kena Anyena Atishayate. Who else can surpass him? Like the lion is unbeatable, in the same way the king is also unbeatable. The same idea, same thought, same imagination has been expressed in the two different ways. Likewise, there is a Navatva. Because of this Ardhanta Sankramita Vachya Dhvani, it is new idea and it is not, and such kind of thing is not considered as copying at all. Then Anandavardhana goes on describing what is the main and principal rasa in Ramayana and Mahabharata. If one single sentiment predominates in the literary composition, it will endow novelty of content and abundance of charm, like in Ramayana. Adikavi Valmiki, he himself declared, Shokaha Shlokatvam Agataha. Sorrow has taken the turn of a stanza. That feeling, that expression, that sentiment, that Karuna sentiment has been carried throughout the Ramayana till the conclusion at the point of the eternal loss of Sita by Rama. As Valmiki himself said, Shokaha. Shoka is the Sthayi Bhava of Karuna Rasa. That Karuna Rasa is prevailing throughout the Ramayana. So, main rasa, prominent rasa, principal rasa in Ramayana is Karuna. Mahabharata, which is a Shastra Kavya, it's a combination of instruction and poetry. The main purport is peace, which can be regarded as the predominant sentiment. The rest of the things are subsidiary to it. Heightened tranquility and happiness at the cessation of desire as the predominant sentiment conveyed by the suggestion in the entire work. Bhagavan Vasudevaha Atya Kirtyate. It is said, Bhagavan Vasudevaha Atya Kirtyate. Lord is been glorified here. Pandavadi Charita Varnanasyapi Vairagya Jananantargatat. Here, though it is describes the story of Pandavas, but the ultimate is Vairagya, which is the Sthayi Bhava of Shantarasa, which is the static emotion of Sthayi Bhava. So hence Mahabharata is considered as in Mahabharata, the prominent rasa, the primary sentiment is considered as the Shanta rasa, and all the other rasas are considered as the Anga rasas, auxiliary sentiments. From the day Kavi Valmiki has written Ramayana and Mahabharata has written, the story has been repeatedly was written by many poets. The poetic theme is Ramayana story only, but it has been described by different people in different ways. This coincidence in poetic themes is just another name for the resemblance of one theme to the other. It is determined by three ways, like that of the reflected image of persons, like that of painted picture of persons, like that of two living persons resembling each other. Out of these three, the poet needed to reject the third, since it possesses a lovely body of its own, which is real and has a distinct soul. Let us summarize the theory of Anandavardhana. This Dhvani theory is an extension of Rasa theory. Dhvani, suggestive meaning, resides in every part of the poem. The idea, figures of speech, syllable, base, sentence, paragraph, compounds, words, gender, number, affix, etc. All in relation with Rasa. The Dhvani theory is an extension of Rasa. Since Rasa sentiment cannot be expressed directly by the words, it has to be suggested. If the suggestion is charming, the Rasa can easily be evoked, and that is the ultimate joy of the reader or the spectator. Thank you.